See this beautiful functional object? Brian Mena made that. See this beautiful functional object? Brian Mena made this too. I thought I was going to do some kind of cute demo where I was pairing the pipe and the pedal, but I'm just going to do a regular demo because I'm just too hyped about the whole thing and feel too earnest about it. I'll tell you why in a little bit. Let's hear some sounds first. So like I said, I was going to do something cute, but I just figured I would tell you what the deal is. Here's the deal. The second boutique pedal I got and the first overdrive I ever got was a Menatone Working Man's Blue. And this was, I don't know, maybe 2001, 2002, somewhere in there. And in a sea of boutique overdrives and all that stuff was really new to me, this thing just stood out because it had style. It had style sonically in the sense of a lot more dynamics, it seemed to me, and a lot more character and a sort of harder breakover on the breakup that was much more like I was used to with cranked low wattage amps. It had visual style in the graphics. It had a sense of humor about it in some odd way that really appealed to me, and it was beautifully built on the inside. And as the years went on, I became more and more familiar with Brian's stuff. And this design sense and sense of style and sense of humor and tremendous musicality was just consistent across every single pedal he built. And he's built a whole lot of different ones and a lot of different versions, and they're all just great. I can honestly say, and I risk sounding like a sycophant or a fanboy, but I have not played a Menatone pedal that did not impress me as something really cool and musical and fun. And that's a key part, because this gear thing should be fun. And it should be not just about the sound, but also about the style and the aesthetic, and the sense that there's somebody's art behind it, somebody's design sense and somebody's artistic and musical vision. And that comes through with every single one of his pedals. This pedal right here, I'm really excited about, but I have to explain what the deal is with the pipe. I guess relatively recently. I don't know how long he's been doing it, but it came to my attention recently that Brian Mena also makes absolutely beautiful handmade pipes. This one's a rough briar with a German Cumberland stem. I hope I got that right. I'm not that knowledgeable about pipes, but I really like smoking tobacco pipes. I do. And when I saw these things that he was making, he was posting pictures on Facebook. I was like, oh man, I really need a pipe and a pedal, and I need to get them at the same time. And then I'm going to do a demo. So I said to Brian, Brian, listen, would you make me a pipe and a pedal, and could we work something out, and I'll do a demo or whatever. And he was surprisingly gracious. The dude has to be ridiculously busy. He's really one of the, I don't know how to put it. He's one of the heroes of the Stompbox world. And I don't know him personally. I've corresponded with him. He comes across as a super nice, very straightforward, extremely knowledgeable guy. But I can only imagine, some dude out of the blue saying, hey, could you make me a pipe and a pedal and I'll do a demo? But he did it. And he made this absolutely beautiful pipe. I don't know what to tell you, except it feels great in the hand. It smokes beautifully. It has this beautiful, beautiful grain on top and a flat bottom, so it stands up on its own, and it's just like everything you want. It's the perfect size, and I didn't specify any of this. I said, just do what you do, man. And let's pair it with the pedal, and this is one of my favorite Menatone pedals and favorite pedals of all time, because it combines in it two of his greatest creations. It combines in it, that's not the pipe making me cough. I have a cold. I'm sorry. It's a little disgusting. I apologize. On this side is his blue collar overdrive, which was originally conceived as being kind of in the Tube Screamer family, but just more character, less compressed, and to my ears, a more musically tuned mid boost that enables it to do what a Tube Screamer does, but with a little more life to it, for me anyway. And on this side, we have the red snapper, which is also one of his most beloved creations, and I think that damn near anybody who's into boutique, God, I hate that word. I don't know what else to call them. Small production, small batch, whatever. Boutique stomp boxes would put the red snapper up there in the top 5 all-time of great overdrives, because it was one of the first, if not the first, overdrive that was conceived of as a Tube Screamer type topology, but with a flat EQ signature, with flat mids that would sound very open and would be capable of a lot of glassiness and bite on the top end. And that kind of thing didn't exist when he came out with this, or at least not to my knowledge. It wasn't common. The other thing you got to know about Brian is, as far as I know, and I might be wrong on this technically, but if I'm not exactly right, it's true in spirit that he's the guy who invented the amp in a box idea of trying to capture the essence of classic specific amplifier sounds, capture their dynamics and their tonality in a pedal in a way that you could really create some of that magic with any rig and do it in a musical way that didn't sound like a caricature of the original amp. And he did that with so many amps and with so much humor in the way he decorated the pedals, the ways he named them, and so much musicality in how he created them. So you can tell I'm a little excited and too friggin' earnest, and I guess too much of a fan to get slick with it. I just wanted to play the thing and show you the pipe and tell you how much I love this. Look, the blue side right here goes from medium to higher gain overdrive, and it has a delicious thickness to it that is really, really appealing and doesn't ever get muddy. He maintained enough of the high end presence and rolled off enough of the bottom, but just the right amount and just the right point, so this thing can work at any setting in a mix, and you can even play extended chords with it. So it goes a mid-ranged focus, sort of low to medium overdrive, up to some relatively heavy rockish sounds that, given the right technique, the right application of the pedal, you can get heavy sounds with it and even fuzz-like sounds. But then it cleans up perfectly. volume knob. You've got this tone control here, and I like this version of the Fish Factory the most of all the ones he's made because it's simple. I like simple. I really trust Brian's ears because he's got this thing dialed in. I don't need the additional controls of the older versions. The brightness can get really biting for darker rigs, but it's not harsh. It's in the right spot, and what it enables you to do is use that neck pickup and even roll back the tone control. And to start getting some fuzz face and muff type sounds out of this side of the thing, you can. This is something I discovered with a lot of his pedals. When he has a presence knob or a bite knob or a tone knob that's aimed primarily at opening up the treble or rolling it off, it's voiced just right and it's powerful enough that you start to use your tone knob on your guitar where you never did before, and you start to use it the way you would with a good use the volume control with a good overdrive and fuzz to sort of get a broader palette available. So you can crank, don't be afraid to crank that tone knob there and roll it back a little bit here, and then when you need to just bust through the mix, and usually I'm not a proponent of cutting through things. I like to sit in them, but there are those times when you need that lead line to just bam, bam. Then you just, roll back roll up, turn your tone brighter on the guitar, and all the high end you need is there. This is one of the few mid-range focused overdrives that I find I can use with any pickup, even neck humbuckers, and be happy in a live mix, a loud, messy, crowded live mix, or in the studio, and feel like I can make that thing be present in the right way. So that's that side. Now, this side is all about the low to medium gain tones. And the thing that's amazing about the Red Snapper is it manages to snap, to really cut in beautiful ways that aren't strident. And at the same time, when you start to get more breakup, you get breakup that doesn't have that sort of fizzy detach sitting on top of the clean tone quality that sometimes you find with flat mids overdrives. So we can use it as a straight clean boost, where at 12 o'clock it's just going to add a hint of glassiness. And then you begin to bring on the gain a little bit, and at 12 o'clock on the gain, we have just fantastic gain 10. Just tons of chime, and it's all very, very touch sensitive. And then if we max it out, we start to get flavors that are more saturated, not quite as saturated as the blue side, but have a very different sort of openness on the high end and flatness in the mids, and have a very compelling, lively quality. And they're present not by virtue the mid boost is over here, but by virtue of that clarity. And you have tons of clarity available and tons of level available if you want to use it as a clean boost or as a dirty boost to overdrive your amp. So with the top end boosted, you can get some lo-fi sounds, but again, use your tone knob. I guess I've had it rolled back this whole time a little bit, and I didn't even realize it. When I say this whole time, I mean just the past minute or so. I don't want to confuse you. I'm excited. I can't help it. I'm a little scattered. This is a big deal for me. all the way back. All right, I could go on all night, and you don't want to listen to me do that. So the genius of this box, of course, is the fact that these are perfectly matched. The blue side cascades into this one, so you can use this as a volume boost or as a presence boost or some combination to this guy. You're going to get more sustain, you're going to get more harmonic complexity, but it's not going to overcompress and get weird, and you're just going to get these beautiful singing tones, but also usable chording tones that are just phenomenal, and you have a huge palette. I feel very comfortable taking this as my only dirt box on a gig, even on a gig where I would normally also have a fuzz box, because I can get the kind of aggression and edge that I need out of this thing tonally to substitute for fuzz and even get some quite fuzz-like tones out of it. And that's with what? The gain maxed here. Let's go to a slightly more moderate gain position. Man, I wish you were here to hear it. I wish you could come on the gig. Maybe you could sit in. I use this for all genres of music, and I play a lot of different types of music, from hip-hop, funk, neo-soul. What's neo about neo-soul? Why do people even call it that? Soul music, R&B, rock and roll, all kinds of improvisational, experimental stuff. I used it last night accompanying a poet that I really love in this area, doing some looping stuff and various types of sonic explorations. Sounds so pretentious. I should be smoking my pipe when I say things like that. Sonic explorations. Yeah. But essentially, it is one of the most intuitive, musical, versatile dirt boxes I know of. It happens to be a personal favorite of mine. I feel really honored that the dude took the time out to throw one together and make me a beautiful, beautiful pipe. You should check out his pipes if you are into pipes. Even if you don't smoke pipes, these are beautiful works of art. They really are. He made this by hand from a block of wood. Okay? So, till next time.